Hey everybody, it's Eric from VGcritic. We are kicking off a new season 3 officially. Season 3 of Opinionated Gamers, and this
season 2 lasted all 4 episodes.
Just because it was a mini-series.
A semi-season.
Mini-series.
We are kicking off a new season of VGcritic Opinionated Gamers podcast, and we are we are introducing a new format, new people, new content.
New people?
Well, maybe more people or new people.
Guest stars.
Guest debaters.
We just have 2 moderators at that point.
Anyway, we're reintroducing, or not reintroducing. We are introducing. I'm struggling. We are introducing. Yeah, I did. Okay. We are going to do a whole new format. Brand new. Where we're going to pick a game, and we are going to hash it out. We're going to be critics. We're going to one of you is going to take the pro, and one side of you is going to take the con. Whether you agree with that side or not, you're going to take the pros and the cons, and you're going to tear apart or build up a game.
The opinions expressed by the opinionated gamers do not necessarily reflect the opinionated gamers'
opinions. Yeah.
Like, honestly, we're going to have to pick sides whether we like it or not. And whether we like the side or not, or we like the game. So, oftentimes we're going to be arguing against a game we really like.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is probably the case with the game we're going to do for episode 1, which is a game that is actually one of the more popular games in the industry.
One of the best actual critic scores upon its release. And it's been remastered and now being put onto a new system as well.
It's coming out on the Switch.
So here we go. We are going to hit Skyrim. Skyrim today. Cam, you will be arguing the pro.
Yep.
And Cooksey, you will be arguing the con. And we're going to start with Cooksey.
Oh, cons.
We'll start with the cons today.
Hash it up.
And just mix it up. And I want you to tear down the game so that Cam can build it back up. We'll give you some opening statement time. We'll give you a couple minutes to tear it down, and then we'll switch over to Cam to build it back up.
Okay. Well, I have 2 words to tear down this entire game, beginning to end, and that would be load screens. And that's all I have to say to start.
Okay, load screens are actually debatable because they get longer as the game goes on, but the more save files you have, the longer it takes the game to load.
Okay, so you just confirmed my point like 3 times.
If you don't have as many save files, the game doesn't take as long to load.
It still takes a hell of a long time.
If you have one save file, it will take max 15 seconds.
I don't know about that, but it does still. And the thing is a lot of the quests are just running from one end of the map to the other end of the map, and if you fast travel, you still got to deal with the way long load screens. And I think that really load screens killed that game.
But even if you have a long load screen, right, we're talking like 30, 45 seconds, even upwards of a minute. I'm gonna concede that they do have long load screens if you do have lots of saves. Is that really any competition to, hey, I can run around the map and do whatever I want?
Yeah, until the game freezes, and then you have to go back to your last save point, which was the last time you fast traveled, which was like 7 hours ago.
Which, if you were smart, you'd be saving everything that's important.
Yeah, but I hate the inconsistency of the autosaves in that game. Sometimes you open up your menu and it autosaves for you, and sometimes you don't ever get an autosave.
Autosaves are very inconsistent, but it doesn't matter because you can manual save whenever you want.
Yeah.
You can have companions
you don't have
in the
any
game.
control over when the game freezes.
But
it does freeze a lot.
All games freeze.
Not like that game does. I think Skyrim...
The game that I've had freeze... I think I've had Skyrim freeze on me twice. I've had Assassin's Creed the last week freeze on me 5 times. I had Fallout the last month. I had New Vegas freeze on me 87 times to the point that it gets to one spot and it freezes, and I can no longer finish that game.
Yeah, that sounds about like other Bethesda games, including Skyrim.
Skyrim has the least amount of freezes, though, for a Bethesda game.
I would disagree with that. In fact, I know people that stopped playing the game altogether because they kept losing all of their progress because the game would freeze, especially as they, tried to traverse the awesome world that was created. It was... by the time you walk from one end to the other, it would freeze up on you.
It's an awesome world full of endless stories. It's so endless, in fact, that my dad has played Skyrim from the day it came out. He still plays it religiously on the weekends for 6 hours. Each day. Saturday, 6 hours. Sunday, 6 hours. Playing Skyrim.
Your dad must like rogues. Because, really, if you're not playing stealthy in Skyrim, it's a hard game.
He plays a wizard, actually.
Wizard.
And he has Jazago from the Wizard Academy as his companion. He also has Lydia as his companion. He has 2 houses. Like, he is, like, all up in that game, and he still plays it religiously.
I mean, I have put hundreds of hours into Skyrim. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
oh, wow, look at that, then. So your argument's kind of invalid.
Hey, no, because the longer I play, the more load screens I find, and the more freezes I find.
Yeah, but you're still playing it.
Yep. Doing the same stuff over and over, because the game keeps freezing. One thing that I do kind of hate about the game as well is that I feel like there is too much content, and that's kind of a weird statement to make, but I feel like it's really hard to follow any of the storylines because you are pulled this way or that way, and either you follow along with the storyline and you're underleveled, or you do side quests and stuff and you have no idea what's going on in the world.
Okay, you're a big D&D fan, right?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. There are whole side quests we don't even get to. There are whole quests that you wanted to be main story that we didn't even touch.
Right, but the thing is that I don't force you to start them.
And you're not forced to start anything
when
in
you
Skyrim
walk
out of the
tutorial. When you walk into a
tutorial.
city and somebody runs up to you every time you walk into a new city and says, "Hey, did you see this thing that's going on? Please do something about it."
You know what you do at that point? You hit pause, you go over to your active quest, you say, "No, I'm still doing this quest," and you continue on your way.
I think that there's just too many plot hooks in Skyrim for the lack of payoff for following the main story. I think that it's too easy to get lost in the content. And I mean, if you like being lost, which some players do, and like being able to go out in the world and get lost and find things like tucked in the corner, but at the same time, you need some kind of structure. And I feel like there's not enough structure.
They have main storyline quests marked, though, in your select screen. You can go through and be like, okay, I'm ready to play the main story now. I think I'm leveled up enough. I can go beat the head dragon. Oh, cool. It's time for my main story quest. I'm going to go into the book now. You don't have to do that, though, because, like you said, if you just follow the main story quest, you're going to be really underleveled. I agree. I did that. So I went out, I did a whole bunch of side quests, and I said, okay, cool. This is the main story quest. It's marked as main story. I can just go back to that now.
Yeah, and the side quests seem to be better than the main story. I mean, that's not a bad thing necessarily if we're arguing that it had good side quests. That's not like really
an argument because you have to do side quests.
Yes, exactly. But the thing is when you get lost in the side quests, and then there's this... I don't feel like there's any pressure to complete the main quest.
I think that's a good thing, because if you're feeling pressured to complete the main quest, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm running around. It's like, I know a lot of people, like, I love Majora's Mask, right? I know a lot of people that didn't like Majora's Mask because of the whole time aspect. They felt pressured to complete the main quest.
So, why can I pick up tankards? Because that is annoying when I accidentally pick up all sorts of random stuff. Why can I do that?
Maybe you should just not press random buttons.
I hate that there's so many things that you can pick up that it's nearly impossible to find things of significance.
Everything's sellable, though.
Yeah, but...
And then, the things that are significant, you can't sell.
Yeah, and then...
Go through, sell everything in your inventory that you're not wearing or not currently using, and then you're left with the significant stuff.
When I have something that's a quest item, and I don't even know which quest it's for, because there's so many side quests going on, and it weighs 50 pounds, and I can only hold 150 pounds.
Drop it in a chest, my guy.
I can't drop it in a quest.
It's
a quest item.
You can drop it in a chest in your house, if you own a house.
You can't remove it from your inventory if it's a quest item.
Because last time I checked, nothing that are quest item weighs 50 pounds.
Yes, but they add up, and when there's a million side quests, and half of your inventory is made up of things you
I
can't
have to go
drop.
find 10 rings that weigh 0.5 pounds each.
How about this guy's sword or that guy's armor, and I have no idea what quest that's for, and I have no idea what the heck I'm doing with that, because...
Do you have some guy's sword and some guy's armor?
Yes.
Because that's never been a problem for me.
No?
You haven't found that quest, then.
Because the game's too freaking big.
Yeah, see, that's great. I can get back in, and now I can go find that quest and beat that quest.
Or the pieces of, like, the dwarven thing. I don't
the axe?
Not the axe. They're like parts of the machine, the dwarven machine. It's
yeah.
like, It's not that I don't like that quest, because I always play through that quest, but for the duration of playing through that quest, it does add at least 20 pounds of weight to your inventory. And that sucks. It sucks to have such heavy items that are not able to be removed from your inventory. And the fact that there are so many side quests available more readily than progression in the main story, it does become difficult to keep track of everything and to, I get items for quests that I'm not a high enough level to go complete yet. And so I've got a level 4 or 5 character that I've just started with that's now got 20 pounds of weight because I didn't know what I was doing at the beginning of the game. And I can't do that quest until I'm 23, 24, where I'll be aptly leveled or where the game starts to balance out itself.
Right, I'm pretty sure that unless you go seeking side quests right at the start, which I understand some people will do, a lot of people won't, though. They'll kind of stay on the main story quest until they're I'm not a high enough level for this. I got to go do side quests to level up. Unless you're actively looking for side quests, you're not going to find a side quest that's, I have to carry 20 pounds of stuff.
Right, but I think...
Until you're far enough along, you can.
The argument you're making, though, is that I'm not playing the game right, but I think that
There's
game
no wrong way to play the game.
Exactly, but I'm thinking the game should accommodate to anybody playing any way they want to. It shouldn't punish them for going straight for the side quests. And by taking up a third of my carry weight with 1 or 2 items for a side quest, I feel punished for making the wrong decision at an early point in the game.
I don't necessarily think that's a punishing thing. It's crap, I can't carry as many wolf skins now. Oh no, wolf skins that aren't worth anything. I can't carry those.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna we've had some good argument here. I want each of you to make a closing statement, and I'm gonna start with Cam, and that gives you the advantage on the last word. Okay.
All right, Skyrim's an amazing game. You can do whatever you want, go wherever you want. You can become the Tharl of each kingdom. You can get married. You can own houses. You can have kids. You can travel here. You can join this. You can join one of 2 factions that will impact the game. It's free roam. You can talk to anyone. You can get quests from almost anyone. There's inns you can stay at. If you like adventure, you would like this game.
All right, Cooksey.
I think that there are a lot of bugs that ruin the game for me. I think that there are a lot of mechanical things that should have been fixed over time that haven't been fixed. I do think that it is a beautiful game, but it's too big. And I think that for new players, especially new gamers or gamers who are maybe getting back into games or gamers that aren't, religious players like you said your dad was, that's intimidating. And the fact that you can get lost so easily in this game that everybody talks so highly of is something that really can kill an experience for a player. And also when you're kind of stuck feeling like you need to play one way or another, especially at the early points of the game where you want to build the heavy armor build and you want to take the two-handed sword or whatever, and you run up and fight things and they're just mowing you down. I feel like at the beginning of Skyrim you kind of have to play stealth. You kind of just have to or you die. And the fighting mechanics aren't very good in the sense that you can't dodge attacks very easily. I mean, you can maybe dodge an arrow, but it is very chunky feeling as you fight. So overall, I think that there are a lot of good aspects to the game, but I don't think that the negative aspects are justified.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it up to you, the viewers, to make the final decision. In the comments below, you could put your opinion. As well as anything you think we missed, pro or con, and let us know, and we'll get some feedback down there. And don't forget to hit subscribe, and tune in next week as we debate another wild video game.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's it for us. See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Nice! That was so good, dude.